Hello Cancer, this is your October forecast and also applies if you're Cancer rising or Cancer moon. Yes, this month Mercury, the planet that rules transportation, communications and technology, goes direct on the 10th of the month. So let me break the month down for you. For the first 8 days, we've got Venus, the planet that rules your money and your relationships, but particularly money for you in your second house. So for these first 8 days, and Venus has been there a long time, you've had the retrograde going on there as well. So many of you Cancerians, you've really re-evaluated your financial position. Some of you may have really had to do that. And some of you now may be looking at, okay, Venus is in that nice house of money. How can I make some extra income? What can I do to bring some money in? There could be some good news financially. Somebody may buy you a gift. Something nice could happen to you financially during these first 8 days of the month. This is also a very good time for you to focus on doing what you enjoy, and money can just come from that as well. You never can tell. You can do something and suddenly somebody notices what you've done. Even it could be as simple as photographing an animal in the park that's just doing something a little bit strange, and all of a sudden you've got a viral video that gets 10 million views. You never can tell. So this Venus here can certainly just give you the energy of, well, since it's been resonating still with this trine energy up here with Uranus, there's still this possibility of a surprise financially. Now, on the 10th of October, we've got Mercury going direct. So Mercury direct, yes! This means that any plans, especially contracts that you may have had on hold or you weren't sure about, and especially because it's here in your 4th house, Cancer, really important now you can start moving ahead. Anything to do with buying, selling, renting, leasing, anything to do with family members, anything to do with an estate of some sort, you can start to move forward with that. Also, you may have been reflecting on certain family relationships. Maybe it's time to sit down and have a heart-to-heart as to some next steps, maybe in a challenging situation. So from the 9th, as I should have said before, that Mercury retrograde when it went direct, but I couldn't wait to tell you. From the 9th, Venus comes into this 3rd house, joining Jupiter and Mars. So it's quite a time to have Venus, Mars and Jupiter coming together. And towards the end of this month, they're exactly conjunct. But for most of this month, they're very close, and especially from the 9th. When Venus comes to here. So what this is all about, it's energizing your social circle, the people around you, connecting with your neighborhood, connecting with your community. It's also energizing your 3rd house, is everything to do with learning, studying, writing, communications of any kind, especially now that Mercury after the 10th goes direct. This should be very good for you. It will be very good for any kind of negotiations. If you want to get a deal through, if you want to sell something, it could be a service, it could be a product, but this energy here is going to be extremely helpful to you, Cancerians. And with Mars and Jupiter coming together, you'll probably you won't be ready to take a no. And Cancerians can be one of the best negotiators in the zodiac. So really, this is a great time for negotiating favorable terms on a deal after Mercury goes direct on the 10th. Also, Jupiter and Venus together, this bodes nice for just certain social meetings, just get-togethers, very good for networking of any kind. Any kind of networking that you want to do, be it online, social networking, connecting, marketing, promotion, this is going to be great for you this month, Cancerians. Really take advantage of it. On the 13th of the month, we've got a new moon happening here, energizing again this 4th house. So Cancerians, new moon in the 4th house. I know you don't like moving a whole lot, most of you. You like to have stability and security and all those things. But a new moon on the 13th gives you an opportunities for new beginnings. So you may decide to move. You may be already in the process of moving. But it's moving something forward to do with your environment, your surroundings. Maybe you'll just move the furniture around. You might move your office. But there's something here concerned with a move is well aspected for you this month, or starting to put that into motion. And the sun here is shining a light for the first 3 and a bit weeks of this month. It's shining a light on how you feel about your surroundings, your environment. And Cancerians, it's tremendously important for you to feel comfortable, to feel that sense of peace. So how can you bring that sense of peace? Use the Mercury retrograde for the first 9 days to reconsider how you feel about your family, people around you, being alone, being with people, private time, all those things. And then after the 10th, it's time for some new beginnings in that area for you. And on the 24th of the month, we've got the sun coming into your 5th house of pleasure, of romance, of good things, of enjoying yourself. It's shining a light and saying to you, Cancerians, don't get too serious. Sometimes you do. Lighten up. Find something you enjoy. Really pursue that creative endeavour that you like. And of course the sun in the 5th, it is the romance house. But first you have to romance yourself. Have to do some nice things that make you feel uplifted. Have you ever noticed when you're feeling uplifted, the people you tend to meet feel that way as well? So that's what this sun in this 5th house is energizing for you. If you're in business for yourself, it's energizing a business. It's shining a spotlight on it for you. And if you're not in business, well, maybe you'd like to go into business for yourself. It's also a nice time to do anything like go to the theatre, the cinema, a concert, anything that really, just again, it's fun. Go and see a comedy, go and join in comedy, anything like that with the sun in that 5th house. On the 27th of the month, we have got a full moon happening in Taurus, and it's happening in your 11th house of friendships and dreams and wishes. So a full moon shines a light on this area for you. So the full moon here is all about your friendships. Maybe there are certain friendships that are kind of coming to an end or need to change. Maybe there's a culmination in a friendship that's been going on for a while and you get closer. You find new common interests that you didn't know you had. It can certainly mean a culmination for a dream that you've had. Something you've wanted for a long time, and yes, the full moon brings that to fruition. It's harvest time for you. Equally, it's shining a light on the area of dreams and wishes and saying, hey, you know, where's your place in the world? What's your unique contribution? Where can you make your unique difference? No two of us are alike. And that moon falling in your 11th house wants you to really look at what makes you different. The sun here bringing out your creativity, and the moon saying, hey, this is what I do that's different, that I want to contribute, that makes me feel good. So all month we're under a very beneficial trine energy between Jupiter and Pluto. And it's happening for you in your 7th house of relationship and this 3rd house of everything to do with learning, studying, promotions. And this could really bring you a very influential or powerful person into your life that could maybe help promote what you do. It could also bring a powerful relationship into your life that could really make a very big difference. Pluto often means a karmic relationship, and the Jupiter influence could mean that it's got a learning component, but that learning is very favourable with the trine energy. And we've also got, for the last couple of weeks of this month, we've got a square energy going on. I always put squares in red because they're an alert. There's something you need to pay attention to. Trines you can relax into. Squares you've got to look and see what they're about. So last 2 weeks, this square between Saturn and Neptune going on. Saturn and Neptune from your 6th to your 9th houses here. Saturn is your honor, your integrity, doing what you say you're going to do. Neptune is a little bit like dreaming that, oh, I could do this and that and the other, and maybe not being able to fulfill it. For you, it's connected with your work area. So it's really important that you don't take on too much, and that whatever you do take on, you follow through with. It could be that somebody else deceives you or says to you, gives you all these wonderful promises, and then doesn't follow through. We're going to see this globally, probably, with world leaders saying, oh yes, the banks are going to stay open, everything's going to be fine, the economies are great, and then they'll retract on things that they've said. I'm expecting this with this square to Saturn coming up. So just make sure you can sleep at night with what you've promised, and that you don't overpromise, and that you don't just put rose-tinted glasses on and not see the reality of what's going on. So there you have it, my lovely Cancerians. Thank you for commenting, sharing, subscribing, and I always love doing your personal astrology charts for you. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.